Ekoji, this name was given from our benefactor, BDK, the Bukkyo Den no Kyokai. And Ekoji, the E means, in Japanese, it's Megumi, which means the gift. Ko means, in Japanese, Hikari, which is the light. And Ji is a temple that gives the light, the path. It's a gift for us, and we receive it.
Temple started in 1981 under the direction of Reverend Kenru Tsuji. Reverend Tsuji had just retired as Bishop of the Buddhist Churches of America. Prior to the starting of the Ekoji Buddhist Temple, Reverend Shoujo Honda had a small Jodo Shinshu group meeting out of his home, and so it was just a few families there.
When we came here, there was no real Buddhist community. We wanted to raise our kids as Buddhists, right? And so we got together with a group of friends that we knew, 7 families that we started off with, to start a Buddhist community here. And so, as we grew, Reverend Tsuji came from California, as I said, and he said, let's start a Buddhist temple. And we're going, what? And he said, don't worry about it, we'll work on it.
So it was a very small temple physically in the beginning at Ekoji. We just had a few families, but everybody was very close. They were young people. We were young. This was 1981, so we were young. We had young children, and as I said, a small group, maybe 10 families, maybe less.
And our minister, Reverend Tsuji, sort of set the theme. He said that Buddhism was not a religion just for Japanese Americans. Buddhism was a worldwide religion, and it had truths to tell everybody. And so with that theme, or with those ideas, I guess, the temple has always had a very open door policy.
I think it's wonderful for me to be a Buddhist in America. I don't think there's a lot of other places or countries where you have the freedom of religion to try out other things and have that be accepted. So I'm also doubly happy that I'm living here in Northern Virginia.
Although Buddhism in general is very open, Shin Buddhism is, I think, even more open than the other traditions. Our temple is much more diverse. If you go to any of the West Coast temple, you will see basically all Japanese Americans, but here you will see people of all races.
The teaching is for everyone. It's for everyone to truly self-awaken.
Ekoji is my Sangha, as cliche as that may sound. I just appreciate all these people that are here. And I especially appreciate the Americans who didn't grow up Buddhists that are here, and that, you know, we have chosen to go down this path of Buddhism together.
I think the main part of our religion is, our denomination is to truly know yourself, to understand who and how we are.
We talk a lot about the Dharma here at the temple, which is, you know, the Buddhist teachings, and how to incorporate that into your life. And it's not so much, it doesn't have to do with like intellectual knowledge so much as things like realizing the nature of things like interdependence and gratitude.
It provides me with a lot of support from the community here. Also, as a result of practicing Jodo Shinshu, I do try to keep in mind that in my life I should focus on gratitude, and that provides me with the motivation to try and be a nicer person and a more positive force in my community. And it also encourages me to treat other people with more compassion.
Every time we come to a service here at Ekoji, Reverend Hayashi will, give us a Dharma talk on a new factor of the Dharma. The Dharma is so immense. Every time I come, I can learn something new. And after reading for so many years, I had kind of one perspective on the Dharma, but coming here and listening to Reverend Hayashi with his Japanese perspective is really, really interesting. And so he just puts layers on top of layers.
I think the most important lesson that I have learned since becoming a Buddhist is that everybody suffers, and it's important to keep in mind that I'm not the only one that's experienced discomfort or suffering.
I guess the most important thing is that they look at the world as all themselves and the world as already part of this universal truth, non-rejecting, always present. It's like an ocean. It's like a wave on top of an ocean, and it's going on the top, and it says, "Look at me, look at me. I am. It's me. It's me." And it's sort of heading toward the shore, and then it starts looking and goes, "Oh, what's that? There's a shore coming up." And it hits the shore, and it floats back into the ocean. And that's us. We're the wave with so much ego, thinking, "Look at me, look at me." And we don't realize that the me and the ocean have always been the one and the same.